So there we have it. England are in a World Cup semi-final, 30 points to 24 against Fiji. I think they deserved it, but Fiji came back in the end. They showed some real danger. They'll be gutted. But England, a brilliant first half, hanging on a bit towards the end, but they'll be absolutely made up with this. Another really close game. Definitely England's best game and an exciting one to watch. All these quarterfinals we knew were good matchups, and it's proving to be the case. We're really being treated in this weekend of rugby. But let's get into how this game was won. Now, England, first of all, they were showing some good signs in attack, some new variations we hadn't seen. Marcus Smith getting involved as a wider playmaker, although he couldn't quite put a stamp on this game, did Marcus Smith, although physically had a bit of a tough time, but he stood up fairly well. But Fiji, they also started well, really sharp over the turnover. Some good jackals early on by Botia and Nikolaevu. So that's good stuff from both games. Yeah, enjoyable to watch. Very, very good stuff. First shot fired by England on 10 minutes. Tuilagi, who started the game like an absolute train, went up really hard beyond the gain line from a line out. Some of their launch plays from England were particularly good in this game. They trapped Fiji on the wrong side of the ruck. Easy penalty, 3-0. Good start. On 12 minutes, England just getting a little bit of the upper hand, 2 smart maul drives, and that was definitely one big difference in this game. The maul, England's maul made good ground. Fiji just couldn't get their maul going at all. England making a mess of it time and time again. But anyway, a clumsy block from Mata on the chase gives England a 5-metre line out attacking maul. It's really messy ball, but Tuilagi, rolling back the ears, he smashes into Lamani, knocks him off, spins around to Bosi to get the try. Brilliant stuff from Tuilagi, 8-0. Exactly what England needed, but some pretty sloppy maul defence from Fiji, which happened a lot in this game. Let's talk about Alex Mitchell. His best game for England by far, and it actually dropped a bit when Kerr came on, because what Mitchell was doing really well was getting some big length on his box kicks, getting it right on the money. So good for him. Glad to see he was sharp and looking more confident. That's what we needed. But on 16 minutes, Marcus Smith gets caught in 2 minds on the counter-attack. Should have really kicked, but goes for a sidestep from deep within England's half. Gets caught, cheap penalty shot for Lamani, but a bad miss, and his low curling kicks at goal is something I brought up in the preview show, and it definitely hurt Fiji in this game. Yes, he's their best 9, but he's not their best kicker by a long way. When Kuruvali came on at the end there, he definitely kicked a lot straighter. Tom Curry, not having his best half, just can get into the game, goes for a chop tackle, but doesn't engage his arms at all. So a bit lucky maybe not to get a yellow, but penalty that Lamani can't miss, so that's 8 points to 3. On 21 minutes, England's launch plays are doing the job. Mitchell, strong start with a massive long pass out to Earl, who puts through Marchant. Both of those guys had excellent games for England. He's clean through. Then some good continuity, sees Marchant step and finish. Really good try, so a great start for England there inside 20 minutes. Habose gets it all wrong, catching Smith on the head, so not only is it a try, but also a yellow card, which stays a yellow. So brilliant start for England, nightmare start for Fiji, 15 points to 3. But England have been sucking up a lot of Fijian attack. It's not like they didn't attack, but they just can't get it going, and when England attacked, they had been more efficient in this first half. Tom Curry, on 24 minutes, seemed to be on a bit of a mission to keep Fiji in the game, this time with a needless taking out off the ball. That gives Lamani a shot at goal, but again he misses those low curly kicks. But Fiji, they are keeping the pressure on. England's tackling seems good, but then Petitu, up he steps, brilliant stuff, one lovely offload to break the line, and then again an audacious pass through the legs when it seems to have broken up, frees Mata for a sidestep on Tuilagi to score. Brilliant stuff from the fly half. Fiji right back in it, 15 points to 10. Tom Curry, you just made a note here, is really struggling to have a positive influence, and he's the guy that gets hooked off at the end, probably rightly so. Fiji, 30 minutes, 10 minutes before half time, they step up their dominant tackles, 3 big double tackles in a row, ends up throwing Courtney Laws into touch. That was a big adrenaline boost, a cheer from the crowd, but then Chesham responds by making a mess of the resultant maul once again, and a technical scrum penalty, and that gives Farrell a chance to have a long shot at goal. Really good kick from Farrell, 18 points to 10. One thing Farrell did very well in this game was kicking at goal. He was right on it. So with 5 minutes to go before half time, England have an 8-point lead, and they go quite sensible, opting not to run the ball from deep in their half and give Fiji any sniff of a turnover, and those Mitchell box kicks are doing the job, giving a good territory buffer. And then it's England's backs. Marchant May and Tuolangi with a big counter ruck, disrupting the flow of attack for Fiji. They win a kickable penalty, and Farrell again bangs over a brilliant penalty. 21 points to 10. Excellent half. England will be delighted to be ahead with 2 good tries. Just a little note here on the referee, Matthew Raynell. He is quite interesting. He's very relaxed. He does like the ball to be played. If it's in the scrum, he will like the ball to come out of the scrum. He's not too quick to give penalties in a lot of situations, but he is very sharp on the jackal. Anyone getting their hands on the ball on their feet, he is blowing straight away. Now, at the beginning of the half, it looks like England are starting to take control. Good Mulsack once again rips Matoje and Farrell, and they're backing up the physicality with good tactical kicks and giving a chance to counter-attack as well. Fiji can't get out of their half, and they're doing really well until Farrell, an unforced error kicking out on the full. He made a few errors in this second half, not as good as his first half. Missed tackles as well. Tuolangi this time breaks the stranglehold. Luckily, Ben Earl is on an absolute mission, covering such good ground. Definitely England's player of the match for sure. We'll come back to him. On 50 minutes, a good chance for Fiji to launch off the line out, but their maul is an absolute mess. This time their jumper actually turns the wrong way into England, and England just take the ball off them. Really bad stuff there. Holes starting to appear on both sides as definitely players are looking leggy. England definitely drop off a little bit of a cliff, I think, fitness-wise, in their big forwards. But anyway, at least England are getting over the gain line. They get another penalty for offside and stretch the lead to 2 converted tries, 24-10. And it looks like England are well in control. Nothing is going Fiji's way. A soft obstruction gives Farrell another shot at goal from a long way out, but the penalty just falls short. It was on target. Definitely England feeling they're getting a few digs in on the floor from Fiji. England getting a little bit wound up. Genge gives away a silly penalty when England are in a good position. And then England start to melt a bit. On 64 minutes, a horror one-on-one tackle miss by Ollie Chesham on Radradra. That is pretty embarrassing for a second row, because Chesham had done some good stuff, and then that was awful, and Radradra goes rampant up the touchline. England are melting. Marcus Smith's getting a bit smashed, blood everywhere. So as I said, England are looking leggy. They make some changes, but goodness me, they actually look slower with the replacements on. Marler, I mean, he can barely move. The guy's a veteran, he's fresh, but I mean, they're running around him for fun, and him and Sinclair are involved in a couple of penalties. Try 24-17, the game is back on, and England continue to melt. This time with Ollie Chesham, a terrible miss one-on-one tackle with Radradra when they're trapped right in their own half of Fiji, but they go rampant. Smith's being smashed around. Kuvoli gets a penalty shot that hits the post, but Fiji get it back. I mean, England can barely move now. It's looking really bad. Concrete in their boots, and Fiji clean breaks all over the place. And Batitu, he scores 24 all. And from England being in control of this match, now they're on the ropes. But who is the saviour? It's their man of the match, Ben Earl. Magic feet, burst clear into the Fijian 22. Huge moment in the game. England actually are going nowhere in the attack in the end, but Farrell drops into the pocket, knocks over a simple drop goal from just 10 metres out. 27-24. England needed that. It's a pulsating end to the game. Fiji are on the attack, going for that win, but they force one offload too many. And England's man of the match, Ben Earl, on that one-man mission to win it. He counter-attacks a full 60 metres. Amazing pace and feet from him. Probably better than any England back, actually. Forces a ruck penalty that gets knocked over, 30 points to 24. I mean, it's a crazy end to the game. The last couple of minutes, all England need to do is exit from the restart, but they can't do that. The clock is red, so it's the last set of the game. Fiji have a scrum 30 metres out, but the English defensive line steps up and pushes them back and back and back into their own half. But Farrell, just a crazy moment, flaps at the ball, an obvious deliberate knock on. Lucky not to get a yellow, actually. But luckily, Fijian kicking has been pretty awful today, and their kick to touch goes nowhere, and eventually Laws gets the match-winning turnover. 30 points to 24. England holding on. Really good effort there to get the win. Fiji just not good enough all round. That maul, the line out, the kicking not good enough. They are dangerous in attack, but that's just not quite good enough to get to a semi-final. So well done, England. Well deserved, I think. Are they going to be good enough to beat South Africa or France? Well, they're going to have to step it up again, that is for sure. But anyway, an enjoyable game. Well done, England. All those comments below, and I'll catch you next time.